So I'm about to meet with Hunter Allen of POS2go, a Metro New York-based VAR, as well as Stephen Robbins, who's the manager here at Rockwells Express, to learn more about the Epson ReStick printer label technology. But I'm getting a little hungry, so first maybe I'll just order a burger before we start our interviews today. So let's see what we have here. I'm here with Hunter Allen of POS2go, a Metro New York-based VAR, and we're here at Rockwells Express restaurant. It's a quick-serve restaurant here in New York City, right across the street from NYU, and Hunter is joining me today to discuss some of the benefits of the Epson ReStick label printers. Hunter, it's great to have you join me. Thanks for being with me today.
Thanks.
So Hunter, if you could tell me the main benefits of the Epson ReStick label printers, how they're being used here at Rockwells Express.
Sure, Regina, I'd be happy to. Here at Rockwells, what really makes the difference is that they mix the ingredients right into the burgers and salads that they make. So you'll have a hamburger or a chicken burger that'll have cheddar and bacon mixed into the meat before it's cooked, and then it goes on the grill and is cooked and is complete, put in a bun and then put into a clamshell. And you might as well have a burger that has mushrooms and cheddar mixed into it, same process, and at the end result, you have a product that looks very similar. What we use the Epson ReStick printer for is for printing a duplicate chit that has a sticky backing on it that we can apply to the container for delivery to the customer. What that allows the customer to do is to be able to see what product is in which container and then make sure that the right person gets the right item.
So Hunter, you just discussed some of the main benefits of the Epson ReStick label printers. Now let's talk about how they're being used here.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Most commonly, a thermal printer is used as a guest check or a receipt printer. What's unique about this installation is that we're actually using the thermal printers as the food production printer. So here, along the food production stations, there are 5 of them on the back wall here, including right behind us is the grill station. That's an Epson ReStick printer that sits on the shelf over there. When an order comes in for one of those custom burgers, the ticket will come right out of that printer there, and then it will follow as the food is produced, as it's attached to the container, and then as it moves down the line for packaging and delivery to the customer.
So if you could tell me what the thought process was here at Rockwells in terms of why they decided to go with the Epson ReStick label printers.
Sure. As we were working with Rockwells through their process and through their operation and specifying the system, it became evident pretty clearly that not only did we have this issue identifying what the item was as it came out of the cooking phase, but that the combinations were virtually endless. You know, there's approximately 28 different items that can be added into a burger, and so if you put all of those together, the concept of trying to create a piece of packaging that an employee could mark or whatever the case would be became virtually impossible. Ultimately, we determined that in some form coming out of the point of sale system, we needed to identify what the item was and allow that identification to carry through both the production process as well as the delivery to the customer process. Ultimately, the Epson ReStick printer did that perfectly. We get it into the production environment so the staff knows what they're making, and then we can adhere it to the container and follow it right through into the customer's hands.
So now we talked about the benefits and the features of the printer. Let's talk a little bit about more the technology implementation here at Rockwells and if there were any obstacles and challenges and how you overcame that.
Sure. You know, in reality, the concept of remote printing is pretty straightforward. It's a unique application here, and the biggest challenge that we hit was the ability to print an individual ticket for each item ordered. Traditionally, if you order 3 different items, you get tickets that have those 3 different items on them at the production locations. So working with the Dinerware software that we resell, we established a method where we can print individual tickets for each item ordered, and not just can we print the individual tickets, but we can identify how many tickets are in the same order. So for instance, if I do order 3 items, I'll get individual tickets. The first one will say 1 of 3, the second one will say 2 of 3, the third one will say 3 of 3. So it was really that combination of the Epson ReStick printer and then the Dinerware point of sale software that brought the whole solution together.
I'm here with Stephen Robbins, who is the manager at Rockwells Express, to discuss how the Epson ReStick label printers have benefited his business. So Stephen, thanks for joining me and welcome.
Thanks for having us, Regina.
So why did you decide to go with the Epson ReStick label printers here at Rockwells?
The decision to go with the Epson printers here at Rockwells was twofold. We had 2 challenges. The first being that we mix all of our ingredients into the hamburgers, so that when the burger comes off the grill, it's hard to identify which burger is which, In a normal situation, you could tell a bacon cheeseburger because the bacon and cheese is on top, or just a cheeseburger. So we needed a way to identify those items when we put them into the container. So now the cooks, when they're finished, are able to take the individual printer tickets, stick them to the top of the box, and they're identified when they're delivered to the expediter. That was our second challenge. How do we know which items are to be packed in which bags for which customer? The Epson printer tells us the customer, the item, and then we're able to bring all things together. Since we have salad production in one area, hamburger production in another, and French fries in yet another, these all have to come to one place. So the Epson's identified all of our products quite well.
So Stephen, if you didn't decide to install the Epson ReStick label printers, what were some of the other options available to you?
There were not many choices for us. We had a lot of challenges in that respect because we could put up to 28 different items into a salad or into a hamburger. So making a packaging that we could just check off the different combinations were enormous. We then thought about taking a black magic marker or a Sharpie and writing on the packaging, which was an okay idea and the way we were going to go, until Hunter from POS2go presented the Epson printer idea to us, which also made our packaging a lot less expensive because now we didn't need to logo them, we didn't need to put anything on it. We buy plain vanilla packaging, and the Epson printer paper identifies the meal and also puts our logo on the top.
So those are some really interesting points that you've shared with me on why you decided to go with the Epson printers. Now if you could tell me some of the feedback that you've gotten from both your employees and customers who come into Rockwell's.
Sure. The employees really like it because it not only does it identify the actual menu item that's in the container, but it also identifies the entire order. So when they have to package an order, whether it be for delivery or for takeout or even eat in, they're able to group all of the different production items, whether it be the salad area, the hamburgers, or the French fries, all in one place and group them based upon the name of the customer or their pager number. The customers have fed back to us that they really like it because when they get back to from the restaurant to whether it's their office or their home, they're able to give the person their meal without having to open it up. Even in a traditional Chinese or Italian takeout, you still have to open the containers to know what's inside. With our stuff, it's all right there on the box.
Well, Stephen, thanks for spending a few moments with me today to talk about how the Epson ReStick label printers are being used at Rockwell's. You saw before, I got to place my order at the kiosk here at Rockwell's for my ground burger with all the ingredients mixed right in. And when I went to pick it up at the front, the box was clearly marked with the Epson ReStick label, so I knew that it was my burger that I was picking up. Now let's see if this burger lives up to its name. I've been waiting to try this all day. That's a fabulous burger.